Hi, my name's Dave Fudge and I've been a busker on the streets of Newcastle and Durham for the past 5 years. In this time, I've experienced everything from hen parties to knife threats, thieves stealing my tips and sweet old ladies offering me a bed for the night. What I want to give to you today is my top 10 do's and don'ts of busking for all you budding street performers out there, and perhaps shed some light on this activity for those of you who are just curious about the life of a busker. So, without further ado, here are the top 10 do's and don'ts of busking according to Dave Fudge. In at number 10, we have just do it. Yep, that's right. Just do it. It's the only way to find out. Until you get over yourself and swallow your fear, you'll never know or learn what does and doesn't work. If you end up running home with your tail between your legs before you even sing your first song, or people shout abuse at you in the street, or nobody gives you any money, at least you'll know what to do next time. Safety first. Number 9, safety first. Always tell somebody, a parent, your partner, your roommate, where you're going to busk and what time to expect you back. If it's your parents you have to let know, be sure you've discussed it with them first. If they're not okay with it, then don't do it. It's not something worth upsetting your loved ones over. Number 8 is our first don't. Don't busk where you're not supposed to. Most local authorities in the UK are quite lenient regarding street performers if you abide by their rules. These rules usually centre around noise restriction, the use of amplifiers, don't be too loud, and there are usually set locations or areas and time slots in which you can perform. Try not to busk next to or even near residential buildings. You wouldn't like somebody shouting in your back garden. In short, be respectful. Stay within the law and it will look after you when you need its protection. Lucky number 7. It should be a do, and it is. Busking is performing, so dress up. The street's your stage and you're a character, so act the part. Don't go out there looking like a scruffy tramp, or worse still, normal. If you play country music, wear cowboy boots. Remember, most jobs have a uniform, and busking is no exception. Never underestimate the power of a silly hat. Number 6 is another don't, I'm afraid. Don't play material you don't like. Try to find pieces to perform that you think will appeal to as wide an audience as possible. Something for the kids, the mums and dads, and the grannies. Remember, if you're not enjoying it, it shows. People can spot this a mile off, and they won't enjoy it either. Net result, no money at best, and worst, a sharply given opinion. Number 5 is back to the do's. Do try to be respectful of other buskers. Every busker likes to think, myself included, that they invented busking and their own particular location of operation. Try not to set up too close to other buskers. If they got to the prime slot before you, tough. Get there earlier next time. Smile, find a new slot. Don't set up next to or near them or tell them that this is your pitch and begin an argument with them. This leads us on to number 4. Another don't. Don't just busk where you've seen others busking and seemingly making a lot of money. Be inventive with your locations and time slots. I've often found that I've made nothing but trouble for myself on a Saturday night at 11 PM in the nightclub district. Conversely, I've had some very lucrative Tuesday tea time stuck in a doorway in the pouring rain. It's like fishing. Some spots become overfished. Move upstream, you may be surprised. Number 3 is a don't for nighttime adult buskers. Don't busk drunk. The temptation to have a little Dutch courage for the night ahead is always present, especially when you're around other drinkers in the bar district in a city centre. However, it is a sad fact that the threat of random street violence is always near. A straight head is essential. You share the street with a lot of other characters, junkies, dealers, pickpockets, and the homeless, whose regular sleeping doorway you may have inadvertently chosen as your pitch for that night. By far the biggest danger, though, are drunk people between the ages of 18 and 30, who, after a few pints, are ready to take on the world and his brother. Don't get into arguments. Remember, you're an obvious target. Stand your ground, but that should be as far as you should take it. Number 2, it's another don't, I'm afraid. Don't busk in the snow. The temptation, even for the best of people, to not throw snowballs at you is just too great. In at number 1, it's another don't. Don't have any expectations. Nobody asks you to start busking. Plenty of people may ask you to stop. Most people don't care either way. So you busk because you can, because it's practice. To give your music and talents a public forum, to pay your rent. This is doable but very unstable. to be part of an age-old tradition, because you get addicted to the smell of the streets on a Friday night, and if you stayed home you'll be like a coiled spring ready to burst and get everybody singing along.